Turn off my service right now. Okay. I work for a large cable internet, TV, and home phone provider. The one that is probably the most hated. You know which one it is. The department I work in is responsible for saving a customer or shutting down their services. The call was transferred from our technical support team, and at this point, the customer had already been on the phone for an hour. The technical agent was able to get the service back up and running, but now he was asking for a large credit for 1 day of service. As soon as I answered the phone, he demanded, "Here's what you're going to do. If you can't do this, turn off my service immediately. I don't want to be a customer anymore." I tried to calmly explain to this very rude man that I could not credit him more than $200 for a day of service, but I would be more than happy to process a more appropriate credit. He refused and again demanded that his service be disconnected immediately. I reiterate the part immediately to him, and he says yes, right now. Cue malicious compliance. I turn off all his services right there at that very second. He starts shouting that he was watching that, and what am I going to do without the internet? I told him I was just doing what he asked. This ended with me restoring service and giving him an appropriate credit for his 1 day unavailability, which we discovered was user error on his part. The next day, to my surprise, the call goes through again. I recognize the voice immediately. "Hello, my name is Carlos. How can I help you today?" I can't believe it. "It's you again. You're the guy who turned off my service yesterday, aren't you?" He explodes without preamble. "Sir, I just did what you asked." I respond as calmly as ever. "I made a mistake. I shouldn't have asked to shut down the service." It was a mistake, he admits, but his voice is still thick with anger. "Now I want more money. That credit you gave me isn't enough." "Sir, as I mentioned yesterday, the credit we can offer is proportional to the time of unavailability and the impact cost. You have received the appropriate amount for 1 day of unavailable service. This is absurd. I lost important business because of this. I need at least $500 to cover the loss. I understand your frustration, sir. However, as per our protocols, the maximum credit we can grant is based on the daily rate for the interrupted service. If you need further assistance, I can transfer the call to my supervisor." "I don't want to talk to your supervisor. I want you to fix this. If you can't give me more money, turn off my service again. Now." "Sir, I ask that you consider the consequences of having the service turned off again. But if that is what you wish, I can proceed as requested." "Are you kidding me?" "I said it was a mistake. You should fix this, not make things worse." "Sir, I am here to help within company policies. I can provide additional information or direct you to a different resolution, but I cannot extend more credit than allowed. This is unacceptable. I want to speak to someone who has real authority." "Of course, sir. I will transfer you to my supervisor." "Please wait a moment." I transferred the call to the supervisor, but I knew the outcome wouldn't be much different. The protocol was clear, and as long as the customer didn't understand this, they would remain frustrated. A few minutes later, my supervisor, Marcos, called me back. "Carlos, we dealt with that customer. He's very angry, but he received the same explanations you gave. Unfortunately, he didn't take it well." "I understand, Marcos. Any specific guidance for future interactions with him?" "Yes, just continue following protocols. If he calls again, transfer the call directly to me after explaining the limitations. Let's try to avoid prolonging his and our stress." On the third day, as fate would have it, the call dropped with me again. "Hello, my name is Carlos. How can I help you today?" "You again." He already looked more exasperated than ever. "Are you still there? I thought I would have been fired after what happened yesterday." "I'm here to help, sir. How can I watch you today?" "I want more money. I won't accept that miserable credit you gave me. And if you don't fix this, I'll cancel it all again." "Sir, I understand your dissatisfaction. As I explained previously, the credit amount is based on downtime and service impact. Unfortunately, I cannot change the amount awarded. I can transfer your call to my supervisor for further evaluation." "I don't want to talk to your supervisor. I want to talk to someone who can fix this now." "Sir, any decision regarding additional credit amounts needs to be approved by my supervisor. Allow me to transfer you so we can find a solution." "I can't believe this. You're useless. You're just stalling and not solving anything." I remain calm and transfer the call to Marcos again. The tension is palpable, but my commitment to the protocol is unwavering. I believe that consistency in applying company policies will ultimately show the customer that we are trying to be fair, even if they don't see it that way at the moment. Later, Marcos calls me for a brief meeting. Carlos, the customer, remains dissatisfied. It seems that he is determined to obtain greater credit, but we cannot give in. He has been informed once again about our policies. I understand, Marcos. What should I do if he calls again? Follow the same procedure. Explain policies and, if necessary, transfer the call. Consistency is crucial. On the fourth day, a call from the same client is inevitable. Hello, my name is Carlos. How can I help you today? You again? I'm tired of this. I want to talk to someone above you now. Sir, I will transfer your call to my supervisor immediately. Please wait a moment. Before he could respond, I transferred the call. The customer's patience was exhausted, but her approach was also limited by company regulations. After a few more days of frequent calls and handoffs to the supervisor, the client finally seemed to understand that our position was firm. He stopped calling as often, and interactions, when they occurred, were briefer and less aggressive. Marcos, my supervisor, thanked me for my professionalism and patience during this turbulent time. Carlos, you did an excellent job staying calm and following protocols. I know it's not easy dealing with customers like that. I appreciate it, Marcos. I just do my job to the best of my ability, and you do it very well. Let's keep it up and ensure that all customers, even the most difficult ones, receive fair and appropriate treatment. Over time, the situation calmed down and the routine returned to normal. That client was still remembered as one of the most challenging, but also as an example of how adherence to policies and patience can eventually resolve even the most difficult cases. But like all good stories, peace didn't last forever. A few months later, I received another call from an unhappy customer. It was a new voice, but the complaint was similar, an exaggerated request for credit due to a period of unavailability. I knew that once again, I would have to follow protocol and handle the situation with the same calm and firmness as always. On a particularly busy day, I answered another call from an unhappy customer. Hello, my name is Carlos. How can I help you today? This is absurd. My credits expired prematurely, and no one told me. The voice on the other end was male, and he was clearly angry. Sir, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I'll check your account and better understand what happened to your credit. I replied with my usual calm, typing quickly to access the customer information. My name is João Souza. I had credits that were supposed to last longer, and now I see that they have expired. This is a robbery, he continued, his voice becoming increasingly raised. Mr. Souza, I see here that your credit was applied on April 1st and was scheduled to expire on May 1st. Today is May 3rd. It appears that the credit has expired as per the policies, I explained. This is ridiculous. They told me I had until the end of the month. You can't just take my money like that. His frustration was growing quickly. Sir, I understand your point of view. However, our credit policies are quite clear on validity. Credits are valid for 30 days from the date of issue. You're lying. I wrote down that it was until the end of the month. That's stealing. You're all incompetent. Joao began to raise his tone, the irritation turning into insults. Sir, I understand that you are upset. I can double-check the notes on your account to confirm the information that was given to you, he said, maintaining his composure as he checked the records. No need to check anything. I know what I heard. I want my credit back now. Sir, unfortunately, once credit expires, it cannot be reactivated. I can offer to review your case with my supervisor if you wish. I don't care about the supervisor. I want you to fix this, he shouted, anger clear in every word. Sir, I need to follow company policies. I'm here to help as much as I can, but there are limitations to what I can do. Limitations? That's what you always say. I want to talk to someone competent. I can transfer you to my supervisor, who may be able to offer a different solution. Please wait a moment while I make the transfer. You are useless. Truly useless, he shouted before I could complete the transfer. Sir, I will transfer your call now. Please wait a moment. I remained calm despite the insults and transferred the call to Marcos, my supervisor. After a few minutes, Marcos called me to talk about the incident. Carlos, I dealt with Mr. Souza. He was really angry, but I explained the same things you explained. It seems there was a mix-up of dates on his part. I understand, Marcos. Is there anything else I can do to avoid situations like this in future? Just keep doing what you're doing. Your calmness and professionalism are essential. Unfortunately, some customers don't want to listen to reason, but you did your best. Days passed, and the calls kept coming. One day, a new call. Hello, my name is Carlos. How can I help you today? I can't believe it. My credits have expired and no one told me. The voice on the other end was feminine, but equally angry. Ma'am, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I'm going to check your account now to understand what happened. Can you tell me your name, please? It's Anna Pereira. I had service credits that were applied last month, and now they have simply disappeared. Ms. Pereira, I see here that your credits were applied on March 10th and expired on April 10th. The credits are valid for 30 days. That's unacceptable. Nobody told me that. I want my credits back. Ma'am, I understand your frustration. Our credit policies are disclosed at the time of application. I can check the notes on your account to confirm the information given to you. You guys always say the same thing. I want to talk to someone who can solve this. I can transfer your call to my supervisor, who can offer a review of your case. Please wait a moment. No, I want you to resolve this now. I'm tired of these excuses. Ma'am, I need to follow company policies. I'm here to help as much as I can, but there are limitations to what I can do. Limitations? That's what you always say. I want to talk to someone competent. I will transfer your call now. Please wait a moment. I remained calm and transfer the call to Marcos. The challenges continued, but each call was a new opportunity to demonstrate professionalism and adherence to company policies. My goal was always the same, to resolve customer issues fairly and efficiently. The routine at the call center continued, with good and bad days, but each interaction was a chance to improve and learn. The life of a support agent is never easy, but with patience and dedication, it was possible to make a difference in the customer experience, even if it was not always recognized.